Hello everyone, welcome to my craft room. My name is Dara Walter of Pickled Peppers Creative Cafe at pickledpepperscreative.com. And today is Thursday, January 25th, 2024, and it is Play Day. What does that mean exactly? It is the day that I come to create a fun and exciting project with you using exciting products by Stampin' Up. So welcome, welcome. Come on in. How are you on this Thursday? Is this the last Thursday? I'm not sure. We have 31 days. I'm not sure if next week is the end of the month, if we'll catch Thursday or not. It might be February 1st. I don't know. But welcome. Come on in. Hi, Anna. How are you? Welcome. Hi, Beth. I see Beth is here. Welcome. Happy Crafty Thursday, you guys. Are you ready to create? I have something fun for you this week. Hi, Amy. I see Amy is here. Hello, everyone. Happy Crafty Thursday. Hi, Nympha. People are starting to show up in the news feed, so we'll get turned down. Hello, everyone. How are you? Happy Crafty Thursday. Super excited that you can be here today. I have a different kind of card to show you today, and I think it's beautiful. So I hope that you guys are excited about it. Hello. Also, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, we have a wider screen today. So I kind of figured some things out. Fingers crossed, I hope. So hopefully we'll have a wider view today. What do you think about that? So hello. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me know when you come in, whether or not you're watching live or you're watching the replay. Also, while we're creating, chat with me. I love to chat with you. So chat with me in the comments below. If I don't see your comment or if you have questions, certainly leave them in the comments below. And if I don't see them while we are creating, I will definitely go back after the live portion of this video and answer your questions. So I just have a reminder today, not many announcements. I will have next week, though. We have fun stuff coming up, but let's go ahead and get turned down and we'll talk about what we're using and we'll get started. How does that sound? Hi, Julie. Welcome. Happy Crafty Thursday. Let's see how we do. I'll try hard not to bounce you on your head. Oh, we need to straighten up a little, don't we? Just a little. I think I'll tighten us into place. Can you see my hand? I'm waving at you secretly. All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm super excited to have you here. Also, don't forget, if you like the content tonight, make sure to give a thumbs up, a heart, or communicate in some way that you like what we're creating and it makes it easy for other people who may like the same kind of content to see it. So thank you so much for that. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about my one. It's not really even an announcement. It's a reminder that it is celebration time. So this is a brochure that you can shop from for free. They're free items in there, I should say, just for shopping with Stampin' Up. So if you happen to order, make sure that you get your celebration choice. Also, in the description above, after tonight's live portion of the video, will be some links. There's a link to shop in my store if you want, and a link to join my mailing list, which I am working on delivering most of the announcements that I have within my email list too. So if you're interested in classes and where I'm creating and events, you'll be able to see them in my email. So if you haven't signed up for my email list, there will be a link in the description above as well. So that's my reminder for tonight. Hey, there is cute stuff in here. If you need any of our catalogs and you don't have a demonstrator of your own, let me know. Leave me a comment below and I will make sure that you get some. All right, are we ready? Are you guys ready to create? Are you able to see me well? Do I need to move the camera? I feel like we need to come forward a little bit. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I have a little bit of a tickle in my throat. So we have this new orientation that we're trying to let you see a little bit more. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. To let you see a little bit more of my desktop. So you guys give me, oh, thank you, Nympha. Is that good? I was going to say, if this is a good location, give a thumbs up and let me know. All right. So I am going to introduce to you today some new designer series paper that is absolutely beautiful. This, by the way, is my busy box. If you ever hear me talk about my busy box, it is this. It's a little basket and I keep everything for specific projects that I'm working on grouped together. So I have all of my ink colors, the stamp set, and any tools that I have right in that busy box. So that's what that is. All right, so let's talk about the stamp set that we're going to be using first. It is a bundle. It is called the Heartfelt Hexagon, and it comes with a coordinating punch. There are some sweet sentiments here. Actually, you see that, Mr. and Mrs. So this could be used as or for a wedding card. I hope your day is filled with joy. Let's eat cake. So that definitely is birthday or wedding, right? Sending you lots of love and hugs. So maybe if someone is sick. And then finally, with sincere sympathy. So some very versatile sentiments in there. And then there are a couple of stamps that you see that match the hexagon punch. Let's bring this down. I can't tell if you're able to see me or not. Okay. So we're going to be using this. Oh, hey, look, there is a for you as well. So that hexagon can be used as a tag. So we're going to be using that, and you can find this in the new mini catalog. It is on page 12 of our current mini catalog. Super, super cute, right? So we're going to be using that. If you're looking for it, it is there. And it is pretty cost effective too. Let's see. $37.75. If you're not familiar with our bundles too, the bundles, when they are new to the catalog, you get a 10% discount on them as well. All right, so that is the stamp bundle that we're using. I've also pulled out the in color, the 2022 through 2024 in color. Are they gems? Oh, they're calling them pearls. In color pearls. So we'll be using these as well. And then I've gotten my card here. I have my Stampin' Seal Plus, and then designer series paper. Let's talk about it, shall we? The designer series paper I love. Let me first caution you that this is an online exclusive. So you can see I've cut into it already. It's going to take us 2 pieces of this 6x6 designer series paper. it's going to take 2 of them for today's card. So just to let you know that. Take a look. Isn't it beautiful? I am a fan of nature stuff. I know that some people say that when it's like live photography on the designer series paper, let's maybe try to flip it like this, that they have a hard time using it. So I am gonna show you how we can use this paper to create something beautiful. And I love it. This is not actually live. This is like a painting. Look at those. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. I am such a fan of this type of paper. And like I said, it's an online exclusive, so you won't see it in any of our catalogs, but you can access it in my online store. And then, so we're going to be using this piece. I've chosen this. I'm going to go ahead and sit it down, but these are the reverse sides. And some of them, most of them are pretty abstract. There's another one that's beautiful. Hey, I could have used that one. I don't know. They're really, I don't know. I'm a fan. So that's what they look on the reverse side. So let me go ahead, the top piece that I have here, and I'm going to show you how I cut that and this, and then we will get started creating. How do you guys feel about these products? They're absolutely beautiful. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of paper like this. You know why? Because it does the work for you. So there's very little stamping required. And the same will be true today. So let's go ahead and put this aside and we'll get started. Let me tell you about what I have here. So if you are creating this, you can refer back to the video. So I have a piece of, this is Orchid Oasis. So this is one of the 2022-2024 in colors, Orchid Oasis. It's kind of, well, orchid. It's like a blue purple. I like it. And this was a good opportunity to be able to use it. We haven't seen, or at least from me, you haven't seen these colors for a little bit. I have a mat that's garden green. It is 5 1/4 by 4. So our card base is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and it's scored right here in the center at 4 1/4. So then we have our garden green designer series paper mat. I'm sorry, cardstock mat, garden green. We have another basic white mat that's 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to go on the inside of our card. And then I forgot to tell you about the perennial postage dies, but these are new also in the current mini catalog. And they are postage stamps. Look at this. Isn't this grand? And then, hey, look it, there's a little postage stamp. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with these, but if you remember a couple of weeks ago, that lavender and crumb cake designer series paper that I showed you guys that I was gaga over, it's a part of that bundle. So you're definitely going to be seeing more of it. And then I have a piece of basic white cardstock that is 3 by 4 1/4. So we're going to need that. And we're going to cut 2 pieces of designer series paper. So let's move everything aside, and I'm going to bring in my, let's grab my Stampin' Trimmer. Here we go. I think I'm going to move the stamp set too. So do you guys tell me, do you think that the view is wider? Do you have more visibility? Do you like this view? All right, so let's go ahead. Our first piece of designer series paper, we need it to be 2 3/4 by 4. So we want the 2 3/4 to be the landscape, and the 4 inches to be the vertical or the portrait. Okay, and then also, oh, thank you guys, thank you so much. Good, I'm glad that it's working. I still have to find my place here. I don't know where the center is, but hey, we'll get it. We'll get it. All right, so you have to decide which of this you want to show more of. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 2 3/4 of an inch. There's that little tree or bush, and so I'm going to try to have some of that in there. And maybe, so I'm focusing on this area. So maybe I'll get some of that magenta in there. I am really fickle about jewel tones. So I love teals and any kind of fuchsia, deep purples. I'm gaga over that. All right, so I've cut it at 2 3/4 of an inch, and now we need it at 4 inches. If I can keep a little bit of the sky, I want to do that. So I'm just gonna cut it at 4 3/4 of an inch. And I actually don't know how much of the sky we're going to see or what will show through, but all of it is beautiful. So either way. And now I'm going to turn it around and cut it at 4. So I have the 2 3/4 of an inch by 4 that I wanted. And I think that is, I think this kind of encompasses most of what we've seen there. We have the bushes and some of the floral, so I like that. And then we're going to bring in our other piece, which this has, looks like Highland Heather. So I'm wondering, remember in that stack we saw one of the reverse sides that had a little more of the magenta. Let's see if I can find that. Oh, there it is. Look at that. So I'm going to swap this out. I think we'll use this one. I think I like it just a little better for this particular project. Listen, I don't think you can go wrong because this paper is so beautiful. So I don't think you can go wrong either way, but I just kind of want to match. You see how that's a little matchy-matchy? I love matchy-matchy. Okay, so then we need another piece that is 3 3/4 by 5. And so just like with the other piece that we cut into, I'm going to cut the 3 3/4 of an inch first. Thank you. And then we'll cut it down to 5. So I don't really think it matters much on this one. This is kind of a background piece. So I'll cut it at 3 3/4 and then just cut it down to 5. And of course, I am saving all of my pieces, not the little ones, but the larger pieces, because I'm going to be able to get another card or use it on another card. So let's go ahead and cut this down to 5. And I am just opting to keep as much of that pink in there as I can, because I'm a fan. All right, so let's put this aside. And let's put this down. There we go. And then let's bring in the components of our card. Also, I forgot to tell you, I have some of the linen thread. So I think we might use a little bit of this. I am not exactly sure, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and fold and burnish our card. There we go. Take your bone folder and give it a nice crease. And while we have the adhesive out, I'm just going to go ahead and put the inside mat in. I'm not going to stamp on it right now because I'm not 100% certain what I'm going to put on the inside. But normally you would have an idea and you would stamp and then adhere your inside. All right, so we're going to put this aside for just a moment. No, actually, we'll put this aside for a moment. And our larger piece of designer series paper is going to layer right up to that garden green. So let's do that while we have it out here in the middle of our worktop. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, it's so hard to cover the other side of this paper. When a paper is beautiful on both sides, I feel a little bit of guilt. I feel a little bit of guilt. When it comes to scrapbooking, I use a 6x8 divided album. So sometimes I will use both sides. I'll use both sides because it's really hard. It's difficult to decide. All right, and this is going to layer here, but we'll put this here for now. And then we're going to do a little stamping, and then we'll assemble the remainder of our card. So I have here the 3x4 1/4 basic white mat. We're going to stamp on this first. Now let's punch it first, so I can give you a visual of placement. So we're going to go ahead and bring our hexagon punch in, and in the landscape we're going to slide that piece of cardstock all the way back. So can you see this? We're going to slide it all the way back, and then so it's in there as far as it will go, and I'm just kind of using my fingers to make sure that it's even as much as it, it can be on both sides, and we're going to punch right out. So we're not going to use this hexagon, but put it away because you can use it for later, and I'll kind of show you how in a minute. All right, so this is what we have. We're going to stamp our sentiment in this area here. I happen to need a sympathy card, so I have chosen, let's see, I have chosen the With Sincere Sympathy, so I'm going to be using that because I need it. Anytime that I am creating, if I have a need for a card or a gift bag, I like to, I like to go ahead and create it and share it as well. And honestly, I don't think, at least I don't make a lot of sympathy cards because, I don't know, I'm very emotional and it makes me really sad. But this paper is so serene. I think that it is really versatile, but it's good for a sympathy card as well. And then I'm using the Orchid Oasis ink, and I've gotten my stamp already mounted. So I'm going to go ahead and tap, tap, tap. And actually, let's go ahead and grab a foam mat so that we get a good stamped image here. We have the Stampin' Pierce mat, and I'm going to put this sentiment in the, as it's facing me, the lower right corner of this layer. I don't want to press extra hard because I'm pretty guilty of that a lot of times, and then I get more ink on the cardstock than what I planned. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and actually that's all the stamping that we're going to do. So let's put this away. It doubles as my mouse pad. I think I've told you guys that before. All right, so now we're going to take our smaller piece of designer series paper, and I'm going to center it on this die cut. These are the perennial postage dies. I love them. It looks like a great big postage stamp, doesn't it? That's what it is supposed to look like. And we're going to adhere this right to that layer, centering it. Okay, so I'm kind of leaving an even margin around all of the sides, but I'm good with eyeballing. I don't have to measure. I am usually not that particular. Sometimes I am, but usually no. All right, and so now we're going to take our punch and stamped layer. Oh boy, we're done stamping. The only thing I have to stamp now is the inside, and I'm not exactly sure what I want to say, so I'm going to cover that up because, yeah. So we're going to take our stamped and punched basic white layer, and we're going to put it right down here. So we're going to cover the designer series paper, and we have a little peekaboo here. Remember, I told you I didn't exactly know which part would show, but this is the part that's showing, so I'm okay with that. Okay, so we're going to add a little adhesive here, and we're going to adhere this right down to this layer. Let's put a little more. Make sure this is nice and secure. And then in the same manner, we're just going to kind of try to leave an even margin around all of the sides, and we're going to make sure that we cover the designer series paper. And it's slightly bigger, it's slightly larger, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem. Let's see, I think I got it a little too far to one side. One of these days, do you guys ever watch other, I'm sure you watch videos of creators when they can work upside down really good and show you their work and your orientation while they're creating? That is a skill that I have yet to master. I don't think I'm a good upside downer, but I'm a good trier. Isn't this beautiful? Don't you like the little peep through the window there? Very nice. So I think we're going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to use that linen thread and tie a little bit around. I want the bow on the opposite side of my sentiment, but so that I know where to put it, we could actually even, we could crisscross it. Do we want to do that, or do we want a bow? I'm not quite sure. Once I saw that crisscross, I kind of think it adds to the space. Yeah, I like it. So let's go ahead. I think I'm going to crisscross it. So I'm going to tape it right in the back. So I'm kind of catching the grooves. Can you see that what I'm doing here? I'm catching the grooves. And then I'm going to cut it off in the back. Let's grab some scissors. And I'm going to grab some cellophane tape and tape it right in the back. That way I don't have to, oh, did I cut it too short? I did. Let's try it again. Let's go up a little bit with it. I didn't cut the piece that was attached to the spool. I cut the other piece, and I didn't want to do that. All right, so let me grab, you can tie it in the back too, because I think that I'm confident that we're going to pop this layer right up, but I'm going to use a piece of tape. Let's grab some cellophane, and I'm just going to tape this right down. And I'm trusting that I have it in the right space. I'm not exactly sure, you guys. But let's see. Let's see if I do. Oh, let me grab another piece of tape. There we go. And let's get rid of the excess. Oh, I see what I did. Ah, let's see. I'm gonna pull it up just a little bit. There we go. This is the nice part about using tape as opposed to tying. Oh, there we go. Oh no, maybe that's right. There we go. All right. Phew. How's that? We'll do it that way. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up here. So I'm going to bring in the card base. And then here's our mat. We're going to go ahead and stick this right down to the base of the card. There we go. And then I'm going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. And let's see, grab my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to apply these liberally to the back side of my work here. So that double tape job that you just seen me do, no one will ever know. All right, that should be good. Let's go ahead and remove the adhesive backing. If you don't have a Take Your Pick tool, you see this, it's amazing. And then here's all of your mess. You just pull it off and into the trash it goes. All right, so we'll put this right down in the center of our card. And then we'll add an embellishment. Oh gosh, it's upside down. I forgot that I put this facing you. Oh, here, yeah, let's do this way. I've got to get used to the upside down. I am challenged at the upside down. The good news is that I noticed it before I gave the card away. All right, there we go. Isn't that lovely and nice? I love the designer series paper. So let's go ahead and bring in our embellishment. So again, we have the 2022-2024 in color pearls. And if you noticed, let me bring that paper in. These pearls go really well. I think like practically all of the colors that are in those pearls match this designer series paper. Can you see that? Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Beth. Look at that. I'm a huge matchy-matchy person, so that just, I think that every color on here is represented in the designer series paper, so it's really nice. I like it. All right, so I think that because this is a sympathy card, I don't want to over adorn it with embellishments. So I usually like to use either 3 or 5, but this time I'm only going to use 1. And I think that this row right here most closely matches the card base, the Orchid Oasis. So I'm just going to pull one up. Let's use the correct side of my Take Your Pick tool. If you haven't seen the Take Your Pick tool, it's a fantastic apparatus. There is some putty. Can you see the putty on one end of it? And it's designed to pick up your embellishments and put them wherever you want to place them. So it's fantastic. And then the other end has a pokey tool. So you have a piercer, and then you can unscrew it if you need a little spatula and screw it in, and you have a little spatula. So this is fantastic. If you don't have one, you need one. All right, so here is our finished card. Once again, I think that the designer series paper is very, very beautiful. You can only get it online, so it's an online exclusive. If you're looking for it, that's where you can find it. And then the perennial postage dies, I showed them to you a little bit ago. And then I'm going to show you a similar version. I've already gotten everything cut out, but I'm going to show you what we can do with that extra hexagon. We're just going to create another card, and we'll skip the what do you want to call this layer, I think. Yeah, we'll skip that layer. So here are the perennial postage dies again. There are all sorts of sizes in here. Look at the largest one. So you could do an entire card front with it if you wanted to. And there are lots of little stamps in there as well. All right, so here's our finished card. Let's go ahead, and I have over here on the side everything cut out that we used already. And so remember what we did with the main components of our card here. We'll go ahead and give this a nice burnish. And then we have our designer series paper mat. It's the largest one, the 3 3/4 by 5. And we have the garden green, which is 5 1/4 by 4. And we'll go ahead and add this designer series paper mat right to the front like we did for the other card. Okay, you guys, remind me that I'm upside down. Because I forgot with that last card. I'm so used to working facing myself. But the card is really simple, so you could put this together so easily. And then we'll adhere our smaller designer series paper, the 2 3/4 by 4, right to the center of the postage stamp like we did with the other card. So let's add a little bit of adhesive here. And then this time we're not going to put the stamped layer, or the punched layer, I'm sorry. So we're going to put this here, but we're going to bring in that little hexagon. So let's stamp the sentiment right on that hexagon with our Orchid Oasis. We'll just tap, tap, tap. And right in the center there. So I should have my Stampin' Pierce mat. You see that? That's why I cover. There we go. Oh my gosh, I got a little ink. Oh, it's on my nails too. Let's cover the ink because it's going to go rapidly downhill if we don't. And I'm just going to clean my fingers a little bit. Let's grab a diaper wipe. I keep them very close by because I am very messy with ink and I don't want to ruin the remainder of the card. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. And let's do it with my Take Your Pick tool. Let's see, I have an open pack. Where'd they go? Switch that right out. And just like we did with the previous card, we'll put this up on dimensionals. And then the sentiment I'm also going to put on dimensionals. And then we're done. We can add a little embellishing. And we're done. Let's grab a couple more. 1, 2. So very similar card, just slightly different, right? I think I need that pokey side. The spatula side is there, and to be honest, I mostly use the spatula side of that take your pick tool when I've made a boo-boo and I need to pick something up that I've already stuck down. So the spatula is small enough and skinny enough to kind of whittle underneath what I've already adhered. And you could, let's go ahead. Do you think we can add a little bit of twine? Let's do that. And keeping with the design, let's go ahead and add a little bit of twine. See if I can be a little more efficient at it this time. Whoops. There we go. Grab our scissors and grab a little bit of tape and stick it right down. I'm over my dimensionals because this was an afterthought. So you would actually tape this down before you put down your dimensionals. Unless you're me. If you're me, you'll do it after because that's what I do apparently. All right. And then we'll glue this right down. There we go. And then I'm going to put the sentiment on dimensionals too, and we're going to put it right over the twine. I think I like that. There we go. So on this, oh, thank you, Marie. Hi, Marie. How are you? So on this design, so here's the extra hexagon that we punched out from card number 1. And let's grab the take your pick tool side. And I am going to grab that same embellishment. I'm going to add it to that little boo-boo that I made. And let's see. We'll do 3 random. How's that? There we go. And so here's card number 2. All right, so that is tonight's project, or projects, shall I say. I love how they showcase that designer series paper because I really, really like it. But let's go ahead and talk about what we used tonight. We used the In Color, the 2022-2024 In Color pearls. Is that right? Yes, pearls. We used linen thread. Let's grab everything. We used the Meandering Meadows designer series paper. We have used the Heartfelt Hexagon bundle, which, did I say it was 37? Let's see, it's on page 12 of the current mini catalog. And yes, it's $37.75. Really, really, I like this a lot. I like this bundle a lot. And then we used Orchid Oasis ink, which I made a little bit of a mess with. And I think that's the extent of it. So also don't forget that it is celebration time. I think, let's see, 37, 47, 48, 49. You would be really close. If you had all of these would be $50, and there are $50 choices and selections and $100 selections in here. So free stuff. Let's not forget about celebration. All right, let's go ahead and turn the camera up so we can say goodnight. I'm gonna kind of throw everything in my busy box. By the way, which card do you like? Marie, the DSP is fantastic. Which card do you like the best? Do you like the little peekaboo window, or do you like the punch on the outside? Let me know. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. There we go. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. Marie says punch on the outside. Do you mean this one? With the window? Thank you, Julie. I think so. I agree with you. I really like that, the postage stamp die, and I think that they're both, I can't decide which I like the best, so I do think they're both good. All right, you guys, thank you so much for allowing me to come and share with you on Thursday night. Thank you for allowing me into your space. I never ever take it for granted. You guys are the bestest. Let's get that heart there. All right. And I will be here next week, same place, same time, to create something else fun. I think next week, I know for a fact next week we're going to use Celebration, and actually next Thursday will be a card class. So we're going to make maybe 3 cards, and if you want the supplies for it, I will send them to you for free with your minimum purchase. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, but next week, a little bit longer and more projects, because we'll do a full class. All right, you guys, have a very safe and warm weekend, and have a creative weekend, and I will be back with you. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for the hearts and the thumbs up, and I will see you again next Thursday. Same place, same time. Take care, guys.